So I've got a few quick things to say before we get into this video, so here we go. So first off, I posted a sequel to a video several days back talking about the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC. And, like, none of you saw it. It got, like, no views. And it is one of the best videos I put out lately. And it's one of my favorites. So if you have an extra spare 5 minutes, you should go and watch it. It's a lot of fun. I talk about the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC and what I've played. It's just really cool. And watch it. And like the video, comment something vaguely related to the topic. And second, I posted a poll lately talking about Metroid Prime 4, and again, like, nobody saw it. It only got like 4 views. So please, if you have the time, go on my channel, click on the community tab, and vote on my poll. It's a really cool poll. I want to know the results. And you don't even need to be interested in Metroid Prime 4. I mean, there's an option you can click if you don't care. So please vote my poll. I really want to do more polls. And finally, did you know that a whopping none of you are subscribed to the channel? So if you want to fix that, smash that subscribe button. And now, with all this out of the way, let's get into the actual video. Let's go. So at first I thought I'd do a video, like a first impressions video on Pikmin 4 off of the demo when the demo came out, and then do a review when the game comes out. Well, that didn't happen when I learned how deep this game goes. So I decided to do a full-on review when the game comes out. And, well, the game goes really deep, so I definitely can't do a review, or, well, not anytime soon. So while you're waiting for my review, I got this. It's sort of in between an impressions video and a review. So one of my favorite YouTubers, Arlo, he calls this a review impressions. It's a really dumb name, but I also think it's a cool name, so I'm gonna steal it from him. So here we go. Without further ado, here are my review impressions of Pikmin 4. So first off, I want to talk about the story because it's really intriguing for a Pikmin game. I mean, it's not Tears of the Kingdom or God of War, but the whole leafling thing and what happened to Olimar, it's all so cool and a lot more than I expected. Another thing that's good about the story is that the writing is surprisingly good and funny. Every time you find a leafling, Colleen and Shepard make funny remarks about it, and it's all just really nice and a lot more than I expected, because again, it's Pikmin 4 and it's from Miyamoto, so I wouldn't expect the story to be that big, but it's good. Next up, I want to talk about the levels and how big these things are, or at least the first couple, because like the first level isn't really that big, but it's still pretty sprawling. The sun-speckled terrace, it's pretty nice. But then the second and third one, those are the 3 that I've unlocked so far, by the way, they're sprawling and they have just so many little hidden bits. It never feels like I'm gonna explore all there is to explore, and there's so many caves and Dandori battles and so much bridges and ramps to build. It's just so much, and it's really fun to explore. No cap, some of the most fun I've had with this game is just exploring these areas, because they're all really beautiful, and now that you can point the camera wherever you want, you can see the beautiful visuals, which I might as well talk about the visuals now, because with gorgeous lighting, colors, razor sharp textures, high poly counts, and it's all wrapped up in a neat little bow with a 1080p image. This is obviously one of the best looking games on Switch. Now, I have one of the only problems with this game, and it's the difficulty. And I even talked about this in my Hopes video. I said that I barely lost any Pikmin in the demo, and I'm a newcomer, so I was worried that the whole game would be too easy. And it has definitely gotten harder since the sun-speckled terrace. Like, some caves are rather tricky, especially caves in later areas, but I still haven't lost too many Pikmin yet. And if you did lose like 80 Pikmin to a bomb rock, I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad, because I already have hundreds and hundreds of Pikmin in the onion. I mean, I'd feel guilty that I killed so many, but it wouldn't harm my gameplay progression or anything. So yeah, difficulty, it's a little weak. But one thing that does help it out is the night mode, and this Dandori mode that everyone's talking about. It does help out the difficulty issue but it is still an issue. And now that we are touching on it, I may as well talk about Night Expedition now. This mode I didn't care much about before release because something about it didn't look too appealing to me, or I just thought it would be a whole different mode, like battle mode in Pikmin 1. But I was wrong. Night mode is one of my favorite things about Pikmin 4, and the basic concept is you need to protect Illuminals from waves of night-crazed enemies, kind of like Salmon Run in Splatoon, and you have to protect them with the brand new Glow Pikmin, which I'll talk about later. But when dawn does break, which side note, the dawn breaks really fast, to me at least. Like, the whole thing just goes past in like 5 minutes. It's so quick. I don't know, maybe they'll get longer as the difficulty increases. But anyway, you get medicine, which I can't remember the name of right now, but the doctor now can use it to cure the leafling of the diseases, which also ties into the story. Again, it's all a lot more cool than I expected, and it even ties into the story, so you have a reason to do it. It's really cool. And also, my thoughts on Glow Pikmin. Well, before launch, I said if you can bring them in caves, they would be awesome, and you can, so they're awesome. And speaking of caves, since I never played 2, caves was a new idea to me, and I say, I like them. I like them a lot, actually. See, the basic premise is that time passes 6 times slower in a cave than on the surface, so you can pretty much take your time, and each cave has its own set of obstacles for you, and sometimes it's dark, sometimes there's multiple floors, but it's always a treat, and it's where you'll be getting the vast majority of your treasures and raw materials. They're also kind of broken, because you can string caves together and get like 3,000 units of sparklium in one day. And yeah, it's kind of weird. So the last thing is kind of another disappointing one. You see, in my hopes video, I wanted the game to have hundreds upon hundreds of hours of content. Like I said, you can just string caves together and you can get through a third of the amount of sparklium you need in a real-time afternoon playing. But on the bright side, if you're a newcomer, it'll take you still a long while to complete the game. And on the even brighter side, speed runs are gonna be crazy. And so there you go. There are my first impressions of Pikmin 4. What are your first impressions? Did you get the game? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Well, whatever the case, tell me in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.